Guys, I am so excited today. We're here with Heidi with Hunger for Love. And I met Heidi over the phone, and I mean, it was like instantaneous. Oh my gosh, I just love this lady. And since then, Heidi, I have mentioned your name to several people, and they go, "Oh, I just love Heidi."
Oh.
Everybody loves Heidi.
Oh my goodness.
Just so you know, everyone loves you.
Oh, well, thank you. That's a good feeling.
Yeah. So let's talk about, you have got a nonprofit that is the reason why we hooked up. Because guys, Wags of East Texas, everybody knows Wags of East Texas, the Wags Boutique, located in the Burkfield Center. We've been around for a couple of years. We have changed our focus to helping dogs and homeless is what we're doing. And we are so excited about this new chapter in our lives. And so this Saturday will be our first Saturday that we get to meet under the bridge and help our little furry friends of the homeless. And so we're going to be doing a donation drive for food, collars, leashes, blankets, and anything else we might need. And we'll kind of keep you, we've been on social media today with it, and you can drop it off over at the Wags Boutique at 101 9th Street. They're in the Burkfield Center, across from First Watch. Again, we're very excited about it. And Heidi, I'm so excited to learn more about your organization, because we're collaborating with Heidi and her group, Hunger for Love, to do this. And I had no idea. First of all, let's talk about the homeless population here in Tyler. Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay.
They are, everybody thinks that the homeless gather around the downtown area. There are many locations across our city and, of course, in the county where homeless do gather. Our organization targets the area of the downtown because that is a high traffic location. And it's the area, of course, of the Salvation Army. And we started out, or the boys that started Hunger for Love started out in Burkfield Park. And I think they served 2 people the first Saturday. The second Saturday, they were told, you should move it to the square, because you'll have more people.
Let's back up.
Yeah.
There's 3 boys that started this.
Boys.
How old? Tell us about that.
They were 15, 16, and 16. They went to school together. They somehow befriended some homeless folks on the square, and they noticed a common thread, and that was that there was not a lot of hope, not a lot of trust, and not a lot of faith involved. So this concerned the boys. And they were thinking, how can we, bring these people together? How can we share the love of God with them? And so their answer was food. We'll feed them food. So that's what they did. They set up pop-up tents, used camp stoves and that type of thing. And originally it was everything from turkey bacon and sausage to made-to-order omelets. And that was very early on. And I would say they would start serving 18, 20, 25 people. And then, of course, that was over 12 years ago. Now we've been moved under the Gentry Parkway Bridge many years ago, and it has been a huge blessing for us. Of course, you're protected from the elements, and it was actually a godsend. And so now we cook for 144 every week.
Wow. When I heard those numbers yesterday, I just went, oh my gosh, 140
100, yeah. And now some of those people are sheltered with the Salvation Army.
Okay.
Some of them live in their cars, and that includes families. And some are, just unsheltered, period, meaning living on the street, sleeping under the bridge, sleeping in the woods, whatever. That, our goal is to, of course, feed them, but ultimately to strengthen their relationship with God, or bring them to God, and do whatever we can. We also connect them to area resources.
Tell us a little bit about that. Let's take me to a Saturday morning. What is that like for you?
A Saturday morning is meeting down there approximately 7:30, 7:45. Start setting up. We have an amazing core volunteer group that we rely on heavily. And setting up chairs and tables.
Rain or shine.
Snow,
it doesn't matter.
Yes,
You're
yes.
there.
There has actually been maybe twice that we weren't there on a Saturday morning, and that includes during COVID. We were actually under the bridge during high COVID, is what I call it, and we were distributing sack lunches at that point. So, but I believe it was Snowmageddon time when, from the Tyler Street team, I'm also involved in the Tyler Street team, we had all of our folks, 90% of them, in shelter in hotel rooms. So what we did, in lieu of handing out breakfast under the bridge, we would cook and then get it to their hotel rooms.
Wow. So tell us again, Saturday morning,
Mhm.
we show up about 7:30,
Yes.
7:40.
Yes, and we have 3 amazing groups that rotate, and they provide clothing and toiletries to our friends, and in such an organized fashion. I do not see how they do it, but they are amazing. And that takes place from 8:30 to 9:30, and then from 9:30 to about 10:15ish, we do have word and worship, also done by various volunteers, lay pastors, worship leaders. And it's just amazing. They are such a talented group, and they bring such hope to our friends. And then after that, the hot breakfast is served. We have a great team that cooks in the church at Christ Church downtown, and the meals are brought over, distributed. After breakfast, everyone is handed a staff lunch to go, also provided by more volunteers.
Wow. Wow. So you guys are a nonprofit. Tell me where your funding is coming from.
Our funding is completely volunteer. I mean, we have a couple of faithful donations that come in every month, and we're currently raising money, actually, for sponsorship of a meal for 52 weeks. And that's approximately a $400 per week cost, which if you break it down on a price per meal, it's amazing. But we've had some families step up that are just, they're so sweet, and they've actually come down and served, and they're just awesome. And so businesses, sponsorship, church sponsorship, anything like that. You can't do that at movies.
140 people at $400 a week, and you're looking for sponsors to do that, help do that.
Yes.
Okay. How cool is that?
We also have something else that is coming up that is Christmas Under the Bridge.
Okay.
And of course, that's our annual event. Always takes place the third Saturday of December. And it's more along the lines of Christmas Carnival. And we have everything from a living nativity. Jesus' Closet will be out there handing out scarves, mittens, caps, gloves. We have a children's activity table, and we have tons of volunteer churches, families, businesses that set up game booths. And they are each in charge of their own booth. They can make it as fancy or as simple as they choose. And they will do games, pin the nose on Rudolph, the reindeer ring toss. And then they'll offer little prizes. We have a couple of inflatable games. And we have a huge refreshment tent where we'll do approximately 1,000 cookies or sweet treats, and do hot cocoa and coffee and bottled waters and live music. We'll have a live band and Santa's toy tent. We are currently looking for high traffic locations to do toy collections for us. So everybody, all the kiddos get to go through Santa's toy tent, visit with him, and pick out 2 to 3 toys each before they leave.
Wow, toy drive. Talk to us about that.
Toy drive. We try to have between 15 and 20 high traffic locations or churches. Churches historically just do amazing toy drives and toy collections for us. So we will do it. We'll run it for about 2 weeks and do a massive pickup and store them for a few days. They'll be carted down in a big truck and put in the toy tent.
Wow, how many toys do you collect?
Oh, that's so hard to say.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
So are the toys wrapped?
No, unwrapped.
Unwrapped toys.
Unwrapped.
What price range are these in?
Anything. We try to do something bigger than a stocking stuffer, boys and girls of all ages, including teenagers. We like to do a lot of sports balls and that type of thing. Curling, what are they, straighteners? Can't tell by looking at my hair, but, hair goodies for girls and that type of thing. So all ages.
Wow. So there's all types of opportunity here
Yes.
for somebody
yes.
to get involved. If they
Yes.
want to get involved, there's just so many things. I know that at WAGS will be a drop off for you.
Oh,
In Burfield Center.
wonderful.
We'd love to do that.
That would be
We
great.
can actually do one here as well.
That would be
So
amazing.
I'm excited to do that.
Yes. That is just wonderful. And we provide a poster and a box, a collection box. And it is an exhausting day because we do our regular Hunger for Love that morning. And immediately after that, we tear down and start setting up for Christmas Under the Bridge. And we have a Facebook page, Hunger for Love, and there's an event set up called Christmas Under the Bridge 2023.
Okay. All right. So back to a typical day on Saturday
Yes.
for Hunger for Love.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
It is very touching sometimes. I have told newer people in this ministry or in any homeless ministry that if you don't cry at least once while you're doing this, then your heart's not in the right place for it, because it does. There are so many stories. In fact, the premise of Hunger for Love, the boys basically started it with everybody has a story and everybody's story matters. And so when you open your heart up and you start hearing some of these stories, it hurts, because you feel it's an emotional thing. And, but then on the flip side of that, you hear the victories too. These people are your friends. I've always said, you're in homeless ministry when you give them your cell number, because then you get text messages, Miss Heidi, I did this today, and so you get the victories as well. And the victories far outweigh the sad, of course. But yeah, it's been a huge blessing in my life. And I'll be honest, the first time I went, it was because my teenagers were involved. I was that soccer mom. I don't know what the term is these days, but, and I wanted to be there. And since then, you put your whole heart in it.
So your son came home one day and said, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to go take your pots and pans and go cook.
Yes, basically.
Go cook in the park
Yes.
for some guys."
And I said, "Excuse me, what?
Uh-huh.
What time are we doing this?"
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's just the heart of these kids. It changed my heart. Gave me a whole new take, if you will.
So that was 12 years ago.
That was over 12 years ago. Yes.
Wow. Talk about a commitment.
It's our Saturday.
Yeah. And a lot of people are depending on that.
They are.
They're really dependent on
They
that.
are.
So you get to know the people?
Yes.
They're so glad to see you, I'm sure, on Saturdays.
They are. And they are they're part of our hearts,
Are you the only ministry that comes down and does that? Or is there some others
No.
that do different days of the week?
No, there are definitely more ministries that serve under the bridge every week on a weekly basis. And we are all, we basically serve the same people. And if there is a need that arises, maybe somebody from Hope on the Streets on Monday night will shoot me a text and say, "Hey, so-and-so needs this. Are you available?" But we help each other and reach out to each other. Church Under a Bridge on Sunday. We stay in close communication about things that are going on and people that need help and assistance or resources. So.
Okay. So different organizations take different times of the week that.
Yes.
What would you say someone needs? For their homeless. What do the homeless need right now?
The main thing is, this is a big one, affordable housing. It seems just since the pandemic hit and has since been, quote, gone away, it seems that affordable housing is the biggest challenge. Rents increased during that time and have not gone back down, similar to the cost of housing, as you know. So affordable housing is a big one.
So what you're saying is that since rents have increased, maybe somebody had a house, maybe they were renting an apartment, and now they no longer can afford to do
Exactly.
that, and so they're homeless.
Yes, we have gotten a ton of calls on the Tyler Street Team hotline number, which I'm also on the board of, and a single mom has been evicted. You know, she may have a 2-year-old baby with her. What do we do? Where do we go? Where do we send them?
Does she normally have a job? Usually?
If she has a job, that means that more than likely she has transportation. More than likely she has affordable childcare, which the combination of those is few and far between.
Mm-hmm.
So we had one poor sweet lady in her 80s that had been evicted. And the situation was, I believe her landlord opted not to renew his Section 8 housing. And she received notification of that, but she didn't understand it. And the next thing she knows, she's being physically removed from her house with her belongings and put to the curb. And we get a phone call. Those will break your heart. You know, she was on the street with her belongings, crying and totally confused as to what was happening to her. So there's a lot of that going on.
Do you mind me asking what happened with her?
Yes. No, I don't mind. She is in a skilled nursing facility, and pretty much that was where she needed to be in the first place. So again, maybe this was a blessing. I don't know. But she's very well taken care of.
So what you're seeing? I mean, you've been doing this for 12 years.
Mhm.
Have you seen a big influx of people?
Yes, yes. And that's funny you should mention that, because our numbers have increased, specifically at Hunger for Love, in the meals that we cook. You know, a few weeks ago we were cooking 120, I believe. And when you're putting these meals out and you suddenly realize we're short, you know, and we don't like to be short. We don't like to say, oops. I would much rather give someone a second plate than to be short on meals. So we upped our numbers. The people that we are seeing are new faces, a lot of new faces. Normally that takes place in the summertime when people tend to be more transient, traveling through towns, etc., getting from one spot to another. But here we are coming on to winter, and our numbers are increasing. Yes.
So what kind of food do you serve on breakfast meals on Saturdays?
Okay, now you're into the good part. Every other week we serve biscuits, gravy, sausage, a fruit cup. They'll get a banana and a juice, and then we have coffee under the bridge. And then the other weekends we'll serve an egg dish, either a casserole, scrambled eggs, breakfast tacos, great brown sugar and cinnamon oatmeal. And and a granola bar and a fruit cup and a banana and a juice.
Wow,
So it's a hearty meal.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So let's back up to the sponsorship part of this.
Yes.
I like to talk about that part. So you get businesses and churches and different ones for $400 a week to sponsor all of this food,
Yes.
and it's $400. I mean, do you mind me asking? Do you have people that are booked out to do that right now?
No.
You don't. So you're needing that.
We are in need. Yes.
I love it. Okay.
And as you know, the cost of food has risen.
It has.
And it has not gone back down.
Has our local grocery stores, are they helping you? I mean,
No, I believe that the way that local grocery stores donate has changed. Used to, you could walk in, times past, you could walk in and say, hey, would you mind, providing me with $100 worth of this or whatever. Now, of course, everything's online. You have to go to their commercial website and their headquarters and apply for this and apply for that. So
I just think there's so many people that live in such a life of abundance
yes,
that for $400, if you can feed 140 people, oh my word,
yes,
you should be doing it.
yes.
And so, do y'all have any fundraisers that you do per year, or?
We don't. Now, for the Christmas Under the Bridge, we will have a GoFundMe set up.
Okay.
Our expenses, we've gotten them down to approximately $3,000 to pull off the entire event. And we have some, companies that will donate and provide some of the expenses, provide for some of the expenses. And there are things like, additional porta potties, security. We have security under the bridge, paid police officers. We will have.
This is for the Christmas event.
This is for the Christmas event, yes. I'm not sure what the term is, but it's on big wheels, has a big light on it, and it's a generator attached to it. One of those. So, okay, not my department. But so we rent those and additional tables.
But you're doing this for $3,000.
$3,000. I know.
So, your $400 a week donations, they're coming from people like word of mouth, because I don't ever hear anything about this.
Yes.
Maybe I'm just not looking at the right place.
Yes, well.
But your word of mouth, hey, I need a sponsor this week. Is that kind of how this goes? You call up and go, hey, I need a sponsor?
Well, no, what I do is I do a Facebook post, rely heavily on social media, and say, hey guys, can you please share? And we may get 80, 85 shares out of a post needing something like that. And then, people's response, if they can, they do. And if they can't, they don't. Or if they don't hear it, they don't see it,
You're just an angel.
No.
Yeah, to be doing this, it's amazing.
I'm just the messenger.
You're just the messenger. I love that. So you have about 20 volunteers. There is so many questions I want to ask you. And it's just, I probably don't even know what all it is right now. I cannot wait for Saturday morning to get here.
Yes.
For our team to be with you guys this week.
Yes.
And we have no idea what we're doing.
You have no idea what to expect.
We don't know what to expect. All we know is we're going to show up with a bunch of dog food.
That's awesome.
Some leashes and some collars and some blankets.
That's so awesome.
Is there anything else we can bring? We're going to kind of assess it this week.
Bring an open heart.
Absolutely. You wouldn't believe how many of my people today, when we said we were doing this, how many volunteers we got. Yes, I'll be there.
That is so amazing.
And so we're so excited about this.
That's wonderful. That is
So
wonderful. We are too.
excited
That's
about
going to be good. It's going to be good.
I just think that there's so much difference that can be made here.
I agree. I totally agree. And we've seen it. I tell you, one of the most heartwarming feelings that you can have, two different things here. On several occasions, we've had those that we serve walk up to us, give us a handful of change, and say, here, put this towards next week's meal. Or another thing is, and this happened a year or so ago. This gentleman pulls up and he says, hey, I have some donations. Where can I put them? And I said, well, here, let me follow you to your car. And on the way back to his car, he told me I was homeless under this bridge 2 or 3 years ago. And he says, you all fed me, and it was the only food that I had coming to me. And you all gave me clothing. He said, since then, I've gotten my life together. I have a good paying job. I'm married, and I have my first child.
Oh, my goodness.
And I want to give back.
What a wonderful
Oh,
story.
yes. So those are happy tears. Those are happy tears.
That's a wonderful story. Wonderful story.
That's full circle.
That is.
Mm-hmm.
That is. The people, where do they come from usually?
Anywhere.
And what leads them there?
There are so many different causes of homelessness. It can be abuse or addiction. Mm-hmm. Okay. Many struggles, financial struggles. Mm-hmm. It can be loss of a family member that just puts somebody over the edge and they're not able to come out of it on their own. They lose everything. They lose their job, they lose their car, they lose their home. And where do they wind up? On the street. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, there are a lot of different things to attribute homelessness from. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, again, I cannot wait to be there Saturday with our team to
Me
help.
too. That's going to be awesome.
See where the need is where we can fill in some gaps.
Yes, you're going to see a lot. You will see. You'll see a lot of gratitude. Mm-hmm. You will see a lot of lost faces. Mm-hmm. You will see a little mental illness because that is part of the package in some instances. Mm-hmm. But you'll see a lot of love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great. Well, Heidi, I'm so excited that you were
Me
here
too, me
today. It
too.
was so wonderful to talk to you.
You too.
And again, I can't wait till Saturday. And guys, we will be reporting back after Saturday how it went and some stories about it. And hopefully, we'll get to show you some pictures of some little dogs that we were able to give
Yes.
some collars and leashes and some food to. So, guys, thank you for tuning in today. And Heidi, thank you. I can't thank you enough for what you do.
We are so grateful for y'all.
We're so excited.